One day we'll know what it all means.
Yeah, what does it all mean? All right, ready?
Yeah.
Make it a short one.
Hello, and welcome to Night Cheese Book Club. This is Season 1, Episode 1.
Absolutely, Episode 1.
Episode 1, recorded before any other episode. I am Suzanne, and with me is...
Presley.
We are two sisters talking about books and interesting themes of books. So, what you can expect from this podcast is going to be a book a week, maybe two, and with that book we'll be discussing one of the main themes of the book. So, to explain that, this week's book is Cabin at the End of the World, and our theme is Apocalyptic Endtimes.
Well, I personally, and also we'll be talking about Knock at the Cabin, the movie, obviously they just made out of the book, which, we'll see what goes together and stuff. Does that sound good?
It does. I loved the movie, and I am super stoked to talk about it.
Okay, so now we're going to try not to do spoilers, because, who truly likes a spoiler? I don't know. Not me.
Scaredy cats. Scaredy cats want spoilers so that they won't be scared.
Yeah.
But that's not you, and that's not us.
Life is fear. Embrace
so, yeah. We will try to avoid revealing any super sensitive information that would ruin the book for you.
So, I'll just, an overall of the book, we'll just do like a little overview, but it's about a girl, and she's vacationing out at a remote cabin with her two dads, and that she's outside playing, and then eventually these people show up, and you're not really sure what they want. They want to come inside to talk to them, they say, and they say they're not going to hurt anybody, but it just seems very ominous.
And they end by letting the little girl Wen know that her and her dads, Eric and Andrew, are going to have to make some really difficult decisions. So that's the big catalyst of the novel. And it definitely ends up that they've got some big decisions to make. This book was published in 2019, which is kind of funny. We'll get into it later, but the way that it mirrors a lot of things to come and things that actually happen in the world.
What do you know, Paul Tremblay?
Yeah, where's your crystal ball, Paul?
Oh, I like that.
That's trademark. No one take that. So, a little bit about the author. I can't remember which of his books this is. Like the third or fourth? Something like that. He's a few books in. I've really enjoyed everything I've read of his so far. He really is.
Yeah, I liked Head Full of Ghosts. I thought that was very scary. I also was alone at night when I read it, so...
The best way to do it.
That's true. But, man, sisters can be scary, can't they?
I don't know what you mean. Survivor Song was great. He just really has really... I want to say curt, but his brief to the point way of telling stories really moves plot along quickly.
That's true, and the dialogue is very, realistic, and it does definitely pull you into the story. The dialogue's good. I mean, realistically, Cabin at the End of the World is a lot of dialogue.
It's one of those stories where even though it has these huge themes of dealing with, love and decisions and humanity and apocalypse sorts of things, it still gets shrunk down into a one-room play, basically, a small cabin play, where the dialogue is super important, and cabins motives.
Cabins are important.
The motive of the cabin. I do think, though, that a cabin has a spirit, don't we?
Well, yeah, and I mean, I don't know, it just seems like when you live out in nature like that, it's not as human-y, and, it just kind of lives more on the land.
I agree, and that your human interactions are more what we say, concentrated. I'm thinking of urine. If you can't tell, I'm a nurse. I'm going to mention a lot of voiding and wounds.
Stop saying voiding.
Voiding. This urine is concentrated, Paul.
So, Paul, I checked out his Instagram. I think he looks like actually a really cool guy. Like, he looks like he'd be fun to hang out with. It looks like he likes a lot of stuff. My favorite part is the wearing of the t-shirts with your own book on them. Love it.
Love it. Always.
Yeah. Like,
you have to
that
be your biggest cheerleader.
I like that. I think that's really funny. But, so, obviously, this isn't too much of a spoiler because it's right at the beginning, but, like, the main theme of the book is, you know, these people come in and they say, one of you has to die in order to save the world. So, the theme we're going to be talking about today is the apocalypse.
Well, and then it has to be a sacrifice. They say the world is ending, and so one of you needs to
choose a family member to die.
Yeah, you guys have to come to a unanimous decision that one of you is going to die in order to save the world.
So I guess that brings around the point of unwavering faith. Like, they don't know if they believe them or not. And, like, I really liked that part of the book of, like, you know, I think that it translated a little bit better in the actual book and in the movie, the fact that, like, these people also don't necessarily want to be doing what they're doing. They, like, but they were told to and they have a mission. Whereas, like, I actually listened to the audiobook version of it, and I found that a lot of the audiobook, like, didn't necessarily put out that, like, they were hesitant to be there. And I think, like, and I read some of the reviews too, and I think a lot of people didn't like the narrator of the audiobook, which I hate to say, but, like, I also didn't really like it in that media.
Well, yeah, the way that the movie was just fabulous. It was M. Night Shyamalan. I think that this and his last movie, Old, really are, like, something special. This specifically, like, it just translated the story so well because the casting was perfect and so much can be said in micro expressions.
Yes, yeah.
And there's so many things between the lines of this story that being able to put that together with the micro expressions really like brought it full circle. For the casting, there's, what's his name? Batista.
Dave Bautista's in it, which, you know what? If you grew up watching wrestling and stuff, good for him. I'm glad. And you know what?
That gentle giant killed it.
Yeah, I think he's great. I think he's really funny. Obviously, I also love Marvel, so, like, I just like Batista, but I think he was really good in this. I like that he's going into, like, doing other stuff. Like, I loved him in Army of the Dead on Netflix, too, so, like, I don't know, I just like him as an actor, but... You know, like, Rupert Grint's in it, obviously.
Old Weaselby himself.
Yeah. Like, I just liked everybody.
What a fucking great actor, too. No, we can curse. It's a podcast. It's our
Stop
podcast.
saying the no word.
No. You're going to hear it.
Who's your favorite out of the crazy group?
Out of the crazy group? Out of the strangers, I mean, definitely... Batista. Oh, maybe because it's his name.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name? Leonard. Leonard was my favorite just because I think he exemplifies like goodness and showing those hard choices that you make for a greater good, and that you see that somebody is presenting you with something difficult, but being able to, like, look behind the curtain and see what things that they carry. It's just so humanizing. This book was really something. Yeah, it wasn't long. Everyone go read it right now.
I liked Susan. I think she was, I don't know, something about her, I liked her, and, like, just, she seemed really real to me. Maybe that's why I liked her the most, but...
You thought I was going to say the nurse.
Yeah, Susan.
I like Leonard.
Figures. Leaving behind one of your own. Anyway, we're talking about the apocalypse. So my biggest takeaway from it is like, so with them saying you have to choose a family member to die or the whole world ends, my question is like, what makes one life more important than another? So like, how could you even make that decision? Because it's like, why is like these other people you don't know more important than your family member?
I agree. The first way that you phrased that, I was going to be like, I don't know. I think that it's a natural human reaction to, of course, want to save your family first. And that, like, you know, most of us are no different with that. That I went into this book thinking I have to, I don't know. I thought that there was no way that I would ever even question that, like, of course I would save my family member first. Not to make you feel nervous, but just throughout the book, it really does make you think. And there were just moments where you start to really wonder, like, could this be true? At what point would you start to believe them? What if you're, you know, your family members believing them and you're not? There's just a lot there.
That was my next question, I guess, of like, so between us, what? I feel like you'd want me to live, right?
I know that you would say that to me.
But I feel like you'd want that.
We'll leave it for a fun surprise for when this happens.
Yeah, we'll make that decision
Rock,
later.
paper, scissors.
So, and without, hopefully you've read the book and seen the movie. If not, this question's, I guess, not for you. Which ending did you like more?
The movie, by far.
Really? I like the book more because, you know what, the book is...
The endings are different.
Which I quite like because it's nice
Yes.
to have, like, two mediums with, like, the same characters but, like, two different stories, essentially.
And, of course, like, you know, you have no business making a movie of something if you're not going to adapt it in some way.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true, yeah.
you know, certain things, of course, you want to see scene by scene, but, like...
Yeah. I'm not mad about it, but I like the book better. It seemed more realistic to me, and, like, also it's probably the way that I would have chose, so... If it had happened that way.
I think that the movie gave it, like, a richer thematic ending that, I don't know, built out, like, the question of where you might stand yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I guess that's
And
true.
just, man, great acting. One of the parents in the book is, man, I forget his name now, the guy from Mindhunter.
Yeah, Holden. Also, Netflix, what's happening? Why?
Get on Mindhunter.
Make
What are
another
you
season.
doing? I need 6 more seasons.
I'm confused what the problem is, honestly. Just whatever amount of money.
Yeah, you just
Whatever
let
it
me
takes.
know.
Honestly, if they, like,
We're not
started
in the
something...
trailer right now.
But I don't know why they did. But yeah, like, he's a great actor. I like seeing him in more stuff, obviously. So, like, it's nice to know he's still around. But I liked him in this.
Yeah, it really was. It was fabulous. There's going to be so many moments that you're screaming at this podcast because you know the actors' names, and I'm having the worst ADD tangent where all thoughts have left my head.
So, like, with the apocalypse, I remember one time I was talking about the apocalypse in high school, and there was this one guy, he was like, yeah, I'd build, like, submarines if the world was to end or whatever, and, like, just live. And I was like, yeah, I'd become, and I meant to say mermaid, but I went, merman? And he was like, did you just express that you want to be a man to me? And I was like, maybe. I don't know why I said merman, but that's what I would do. I would turn into a merman.
The apocalypse could change us all.
Yeah.
You really don't know how you're going to react. And I know that we personally have talked about this, and it might be a little bit of a hot take to the preppers out there. I don't know if you're going to find this podcast, but let me speak directly to you right now and let you know that in an apocalyptic event, I don't know that you're going to be near your hoard of canned goods. That's my main concern for you. And just as a medical professional licensed who's about to give you some healthcare advice, the best thing that you could do for the apocalypse, if you're truly that worried about it, is to get fit. Do some, like, Zombieland style prepping where you get fit.
And start a garden.
Take up some cardio. Learn about foraging.
Yeah. Like, and also, if you are going to have a hoard, you can't tell anybody. You can't let anybody know you have
Don't
a hoard.
tell anyone about your hoard.
Like, those people on TV, like, put it...
I don't know. They're just trying to show off their hoard.
Which I get, because, you know, of course, it's a pile of treasures. But...
Once you get into hiking, though, hiking and foraging, I think that you're going to be...
Yeah, you'll be hooked. You know what?
You're going to be hooked.
I think maybe a positive attitude
It's really exciting to find some cool mushrooms.
could really help. But, oh man, I was just going to ask something else about the apocalypse and now I can't remember. Oh, so I see this online a lot. When people talk about the apocalypse, they instantly go, I would just kill myself. I would just die. I would just die instantly.
I think a lot of people would.
No, right, but I meant like they
Where are
don't
you going with this?
They don't want to be a part of it, so they're like, I would just kill myself because I don't want to be in the apocalypse. Like, I don't know. Like, I thought that was kind of funny.
I mean, it's kind of the same way. One of my coworkers said that her biggest fear is going to jail. Like, some people just know that about themselves, that like
Dang,
they're just not going to want to participate.
But like, is she doing something that could?
Not at all. She's literally a saint. She's the sweetest person. She bakes us all like lemon squares and cookies.
Then why is she? That's strange. But then again, I feel like you
hiding assorted
I was about to say, you watch enough of those shows.
She is from New York.
You know what's in that lemon square? A Glock.
A Glock and a file. And a poison tablet.
All in the same batch?
Yes.
That's impressive.
It's like a Mardi Gras cake.
Oh, and you find
You
the
got
Glock
the
and you win.
baby.
Yeah. But I just thought that was interesting because it's like, I don't know. I love that. Yeah, it's true. I love that people know that about themselves, that their will to live is absolutely zero, if challenged at all. If they can't live in the society we live in now, which, frankly, where I'm at, I wish some of this stuff would change.
It is so... We live such a comfortable existence that, like... I mean, it really would be telling. Like, just tolerating discomfort at all is a really telling thing. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Listen, foraging. I can't recommend it enough.
Yes. And
Again, with the apocalypse, I would say that, like, well, or just apocalyptic stuff in general, like, talking about, like, some people would do this, some people... I love an apocalypse tale. I love it.
yeah, I also do.
Last of Us, beautiful,
Yeah, so
beautiful
good.
storytelling.
I think, yeah, because, like,
Like
neither of us play
parallels.
video games, really, but, like, from
The
what I've
screaming
heard, it's
started
quite
again.
good. Oh
It's
my.
cats. There's just a lot of cats here, so you're gonna hear some
Here's
noises.
1 or 2 or 4 cats.
There
Anyway.
might be 4 cats.
Anyway, but yeah, I also, I like an apocalyptic story. I think this one was good. So did you want to do Haiku Corner?
Yeah, so another thing for our podcast,
Is it this one? Haikus.
you have reached the section of our program where you will be entertained with a haiku
I just immediately relaxed.
that
I
will
think.
embody the story. Relaxation.
You want to just void your pants at how relaxed you are.
Whatever you do, just do it in your own home and
Right.
do not share, please.
Did I use void correctly?
Kind of. It felt forced.
Ew.
I mean, that's voiding, man. It's interesting. It's actually like a opposite muscle reaction. Never mind.
Go first.
So we will be sharing haikus that embody the tale in some way, and then you're going to pair that with a cheese that also will embody the tale.
It's classing it up, I think.
Definitely. We're very classy.
Yeah. Like she said, we're not in a trailer.
We're not in a trailer, and I have on many diamonds and glasses and a sweater with tweed and leather, then pleather, vegan pleathered patches on my elbows.
Yes, for anyone listening to this, that is exactly.
That's exactly how I'm dressed, and everyone I know calls me the professor.
Yes, I can back that up. Anyway, yes, so back to the poem. Shall I go first?
Yes.
Okay. Everyone close your eyes. Strangers come to talk. Could be just coincidence. Do you believe them?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
What is your cheese pairing with your haiku?
I went with cheddar, mainly because when I think cabins, I think cheddar. I mean,
Roasted cheddar.
Yeah, like it's always like a solid choice. It goes so well with a lot of things. It's a good snack. Like much like this book. It's just a good book. It's not overly long. I think cheddar. Maybe because the ones at the market are dressed in flannel.
Always.
So
It's cabiny.
yeah.
Cheddar is so cabiny.
Like I feel like you just cut it with a knife and put it in your mouth. That's how I eat it.
For similar reasons, well, I'll read my haiku first.
Yeah. Oh, we're hitting it again.
I just like it. Sadly, in the video, you won't be able to hear it. Check out our YouTube.
Here, I'll do this.
Night Cheese Book Club. Jazz fingers helped. So my haiku is, prophetic strangers, is it an apocalypse? Well, you be the judge.
Oh, ooh, I like that. It's
I think ours were similar, and similar reasons. I'm going to pair with a gorgonzola. I think that most people like it. Some people really like it. But it's not for everybody.
and you know what? And that's the other point of this book. This book is not for everybody. I read so many very angry reviews
I don't
of
like the truth.
that. Why isn't there like a sealed tight ending to this? And it's like, how many books do you read that like have a sealed tight ending? Like,
That aren't like, I don't know, like a hero's journey kind of tale.
yeah, like I don't know. I guess so. It's if you don't like using your imagination, don't read. This is not for you. It's definitely like the book. I guess the movie has more of a sealed ending, but like the book, it's a little bit more. I don't know. Even the movie too. I guess a little bit. Like if you don't like a cut dry ending, not for you. But I thought it was very creative. I like that. I like being able to make my own mind up about what the ending is.
It was good. It really, I don't know.
I just liked it. Also, yeah, don't watch Inception then, alright? If you don't like those things, that's fine.
There's going to be a lot of things that you don't like, probably, if you don't like this.
That's true.
Or maybe you're afraid of the apocalypse, which is also totally understandable.
if it actually happens, because you know what? Who knows?
Who the hell knows?
Because, like, then that's why you should live your life. Go do something wild.
Do something wild.
Go,
Swim in a river.
yeah.
Kiss a cat on the mouth.
That's weird.
Not weird at all.
Tell your boss that you hid void somewhere in the office and that he's got to find it.
Not the right use. Well, clunky, but maybe.
Tell him you voided in his desk drawer.
Or just let him find for himself.
Yeah,
See
or-
how things pan out.
Again, a
Maybe
surprise.
somebody else gets blamed. We don't know.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Do that and blame somebody else. Watch it unfold.
The end of our podcast, we are always going to wrap up with a segment that we call Grazie and Goodbye.
Should we just do like
Yes.
grazie and goodbye? We're not Italian.
We're not Italian, but
We're gonna borrow it though.
Yeah, it's ours now, actually, so you can't have it back.
You just said it so German. Whoa.
Shit. Scheisse. Ooh.
Well, I mean,
So we're going to end with a gratitude moment.
well, I was going to say I'm grateful, although they cause quite a rumpus. I'm very grateful for my cats. I think it's very good to have, an animal and stuff, especially when life does get tough. It's nice to have something that just adores you no matter what and, like, thinks you're the greatest even though you're a slug on a couch. And, like, I just need that. And, like, it's so... Life can get so overpowering sometimes, but when you come home to these sweet little faces...
That you kiss on the mouth.
Yeah, I don't personally, but I'm not judging you at all for that. It
feel
explains a lot, but
My mouth fungus.
yeah, the smell mainly.
If you share cat
Don't say
food, you
mouth
get
fungus.
closer. Everyone knows that. Mine is, I am so thankful to be able to see. I mean, kind of the tie-in, I'm so grateful to have basically a limitless supply of daily contact lenses that make it very easy to see because my vision without them is terrible. And Lord of the Flies piggy moment, one of my apocalyptic fear is that I would have to wear my glasses all the time. What would happen?
I think
if
about
something
that
happened to my glasses
all the time. Like, what do you do? Do you just...
I don't know. It would be terrible.
Yeah. Well, I guess like back in the day, what did they just were bad at seeing?
Yeah. There was less to see.
Ignore the cat. But yeah, like, did you say there was less to see? I feel like there'd probably be more if like someone's like coming to hurt you or something, and you're like, what's he doing? What is that, a donkey?
We don't know. We can't know until we build our time machine, and then I will tell you
And then
how it is.
Yeah, we'll update you.
But yeah, I'm super glad to be able to read and to see things, and we will leave you on that and just let you know. So the next few episodes you can look forward to from us are going to be The Island by Natasha Preston with the theme of influencers. And then our episode after that is going to be the very famous Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab with the theme of immortality.
And definitely, like stuff, comment on stuff. If you want to write your own haiku, I will read it.
Oh,
so
please write us a
yes.
haiku.
Write in
I would
anything.
love it. About this show, don't be too mean to me. Please be nice to me. Let me say that. Also, it's the internet, so... and I I've got a thick skin. It's fine.
But also, just be nice. Like,
yeah, don't be a douchebag.
Keep it. We like an upper, so like keep it. That's sounded strange. Like I
do like uppers.
Okay.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't want to
what?
feel productive? But seek us out on social media things. Night Cheese Book Club.
Yeah.
The next episode will be coming to you soon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.